Yep, yep.
All right. So first, obviously, we had mentioned this multiple times, but seeing a women's Royal Rumble, like, what it was that like for the first time, and what did you think of it?
So for my first ever women's Royal Rumble, I thought it won. It was I thought it was scripted out extremely well. Like the order of the participants was almost like
Oh, wait, one more thing. Did you ever think that you would see a women's Royal Rumble?
no, no,
Like that? Yeah,
never.
that's crazy. That's
If you would have told me in 2000 and like let's say 2009 or 2010, shit, even 2015. If you'd have said in 2015, hey, we're gonna get a Royal Rumble match and it's gonna be all women, I'd have been like, nah, because at the time, realistically, the women that were involved in wrestling, like you did not see them as like pure wrestlers. We've been over that, right? Like the majority of the women.
there were not 30 women in the company.
No, no, no. Yeah, exactly.
So
There
yeah.
wasn't enough for a Royal Rumble, let alone women in a Royal Rumble that could actually wrestle. Not to say that they were devoid of that talent, but just as we were never given that opinion of them or fed those type of script lines, like it was always like they were always the eye candy. You know what I mean? They were always the feather rufflers. Like they were always like the fluff to the wrestler. Like, hey, when you see this guy, don't forget he comes with this girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was never just like, hey, this girl's a good wrestler. Like let's you know what I mean? Let's see her fucking go out and hoop. It was never that. I mean, the one you might be able to like look back on and be like, oh shit, like she could really fucking ball was like Lita. You know what I mean? Lita could fucking get down, but then even then it was like she really didn't have like too many opponents that could keep up with her level. So her matches were always kind of skewed. You know what I mean? Like you didn't ever see a Lita match and you're like, oh shit, she's gonna wrestle against her. I gotta tune in to see what's gonna happen. Like you automatically assume that Lita had the athletic ability and the prowess in the ring that she was always gonna dominate. You know what I mean? So that would be the first thing I said about the women's Royal Rumble. Never saw it coming. Never experienced it before. I thought that the selection and introduction of the roster as it went numerically was like S tier because inside of the introduction of each additional woman participant, you had like mini storylines, right? Like, oh, the tag team former partners are reunited. Oh, wait, this is their feud partners coming in now. Like, oh, okay, wait, now she's outnumbered because this girl turned on her and they didn't really like each other to begin with. Like, there were micro stories in the Royal Rumble that fed into the overall product of the Royal Rumble and made it that much more finger looking good. That shit was it was sick. It was sick.
Who
Plus, I
stood
felt like
out
the
to you?
women were going more
In
aerial. I would say like there was a lot more women trying to go aerial inside the ring. There was a lot more. I don't want to say gusto, but they had like the women's division has like an aura about it, man. They just got too many. There's so many women that could be stars that walk out, and you're like, oh
you
shit!
said
Like, say it again.
you say feel that, or who stood out?
No, yeah, yeah. Like
Do you know
legitimately.
any names that you could think of?
Oh, bro. So wait. I had like a whole list. Hold on.
Um, I went to the Matrix. Okay, I know what question I asked you. I said in the room, so this is your first time seeing the entirety of the roster, who stood out, and you were going through people who stood out. You mentioned EO, you mentioned Liv, you said Jada Parker, um, you said Bailey, Bianca, Naomi, and I think you were at Alexa Bliss.
hmm
Okay.
I said. Hold on. I got the list. Okay, so Io, Liv, Roxanne Perez, um, Valkyria, Chelsea Green, um, obviously Bianca Belair, Bailey, Jada Parker, Jordan Grace. Alexa Bliss, Stephanie Valcour, and or Valcour, Trish, and then obviously it would be like Nia Jackson and then Nikki Bella. Obviously Charlotte's in there, but like I don't know.
I'm about to say,
I guess like, bro, like I don't know.
this is so funny because I'm
She,
gonna tell
she's
you.
like she's like fucking Christian Bale's Batman to me, bro. Like you're in there on Legacy, but it's like she could barely move, and I'm like, I don't know. She doesn't even seem that mobile, so it's like you know what I mean. Like we're getting a main event. We're
Yo,
like,
this video reaction to Charlotte is so
bro,
funny.
we're
I'm
about
gonna
to be
get.
like. We're about to be at a slam dunk contest with someone who does layups for a living. You know what I mean? Like, why do I want to? Why am I tuning into this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
Have you seen any like Charlotte Flair tweets on your timeline? Because
I
she's a
mean,
very
no, and
polarizing
God
figure.
forbid I ever do, because I'd be like heartbroken that people were like hardcore out there rooting for fucking Charlotte Flair. I'm like,
Wait, how do you think she's perceived in the internet community?
I don't feel like it's great because I mean, I don't. She didn't have like that great of a reception in terms of like. So okay, like vice versa, right? What happened in the men's division at the very end, we'll probably get to. But like, for better or worse, there was a major reaction to what happened, right? When Charlotte won, it was like people didn't even care. Like they didn't even care that it was her. There wasn't like massive hate. There wasn't like massive love. It was like there was like no indifference. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the biggest telltale sign that like she probably shouldn't have won. You know what I mean? Like if there's no reaction whatsoever, we did a bad job. Like somebody didn't take the right cue that they was supposed to step up. You know what I mean? Like what did
It
John Cena
is.
say? John Cena said, or his famous quote, bro, was by script, I was supposed to win that night, but the crowd told us who was really going to win at the end of the match, right? So it's like, there was no crowd reaction. It was dead air, bro. It was dead air.
So in the internet, well, in the wrestling community, she's a 4 horsewoman, but she's the one who was pushed the most. So she has 14 world title reigns to her resume. That's right, 14 of them things, bro.
Don't retire, bro. Like, get out of
14.
my face.
She got 14 of them things. So in the
Stop cramming her down my throat, bro. I don't want to deal with it no
four
more.
horsewomen, it's her, Becky Lynch, Bailey, and Sasha Banks. Charlotte by far got the most push, the most top. Bailey and Sasha Banks, they could combine. They're not close as far as that. People have a running joke. It's like they call it the Charlotte in the bank. Like anytime Charlotte comes back from injury, she getting that world title shot. I'm like, mind you, she's been gone for a year because she tore her ACL, and that was the pop that she got. And I'm like, that is hilarious. Big ass entrance. People were not like very pleased. Going into the match, if you looked on the betting odds, she was the favorite, like by a pretty good margin for this
That's
Royal Rumble.
wild.
Yeah, so I'm like you just know what now. In hindsight, going into the men's Rumble, I should have been like, oh, they already did Charlotte, so they're not about to have no predictable finish. But I'm
Yeah.
like, this I get it. Like she has a lot of legitimacy. She's a great wrestler, but you said she didn't look mobile.
Yeah,
That
nah.
knee brace, I don't know how she's gonna look wrestling wise, but in ring wise, before this, she an alien, like S tier, one of the best Hoover, like men or women, just
Mm.
incredible with it. So I'm like, I
Yeah,
get
no,
that.
it did not feel good. That
And then the next night, right, she cuts a promo on Raw. I don't know why they insist on having this lady be a baby face at time. Like she just has to forever be a heel. Like the way she's presented, people are automatically gonna reject it. It's not gonna work. Because she came back talking about how much she missed everyone. They were booing her, Brandon.
so like, can we get a writer that knows what the fuck he's doing back there, or what? Like, what do we got going on, bro? Like,
Like
I don't understand.
she mentioned
You
it
wrote her
well during her
lines.
promo.
He wrote her lines for a promo. They booed her, and you continue to peddle her as the good guy. Like, bro, that same show, I would have her walk by guy with a microphone, stand at the front of the stage, no entrance music, and be like, you know what? Like, this is my writing, okay? Literally, she would walk out the stage and go, you know what? I'm tired of trying to be what I'm not. I'm tired of trying to be who I can't be, and I'm tired of trying to live up to the legacy. So from now on, I'm just going to be who I am. And who I am is someone that you may not like, but that's okay with me. And I'm going to show you what's not to like about me. Drop the mic, walk away, and you cut to her in the back room beating somebody with something. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Heel started. It's automatic. Like, we're good. We just keep pushing forward from there.
Because the real life reception is that Shaw just gets wet. Anytime she comes back, she's gonna be in the main event picture, no matter what. Like, just doing that. Like, yes, I am, because I'm like, you just can't baby face this shit. And she's the first 2-time women's Royal Rumble winner. Like that. On top of it, like people are mad on Jay. You have this intro for she gets pyro. Ain't nobody else in the Rumble get no pyro, bro. So you already knew. You already knew what was up, bro. Then once the final 3. Fuck God. Here's a tidbit about the match. What really pissed me off about the match is 2 things. One, there were not enough eliminations from the women in it. There was a point where it sounded like it was like 12, 13 people. I'm like, why are there this many people in the ring? Like, it looks bad. Have more eliminations. There was a point where it was a stable, Pure Fusion Collective. Zoe, Shayna, and Sonya. They're all in a group. Why are the 3 of them not eliminating hella people? That doesn't make sense. Naomi and Bianca, not only are they a tag team, they're the tag team champions. Have them eliminate people. Jordynne Grace, you just brought her over from TNA. She's now part of the roster. It's her second Rumble. Her nickname is the Juggernaut. Why is she not eliminating people? Nia Jax gets 8 eliminations. For one, she's already done the dominant Royal Rumble shit before.
Yeah.
We know who Nia Jax is. She just had a world title reign. She just had a title match last week. She does not need the prestige of eliminating that many people. And not only do you have her eliminate that many people, you have her eliminate Bianca, Naomi, Liv, Stephanie, and Io in one spot. Get the fuck out of here. That's
bro. She had the most impactful. Nia Jackson by far had the most impactful Rumble. Like, she eliminated all the fan favorites, bro.
And the spot was dumb. I'm like, you tell me all these heavy hitters got eliminated just like that? Like, no, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not rocking. Then once it was the final 3, you knew Charlotte was winning.
Yeah, I didn't, but apparently I found out. I didn't know, but then I found out, and I was like, I don't like this. I didn't like it. I was like, nah, I didn't feel good about it.
Lucky, once I seen that Nia Jax, I'm like, oh, yep, it's over. That's when the Rumble was over for me. I'm like, nah, y'all on that fuckery, because most people were fantasy booking their thing in Charlotte or Io. And I'm like, you pull this bullshit. I'm like, come on. And then, the other thing that I forgot to mention, the number 30 spot. I know Royal Rumbles, they usually have surprise people like Trish. She was 25. You don't have the number 30 spot as a cameo or surprise. Unless it's going to be someone you have big plans for. Y'all not about to use Nikki Bella for week-to-week shit. It's like a return pop. At number 30, motherfuckers are expecting like Becky Lynch or Jade Cargill to come back. You gonna pull out this cameo shit for 30? No, just have her like 28 or something. Don't do that shit.
I didn't mind it, but it's probably because, again, I've been out of the scene for so long, so it didn't like hit me that hard. Like, I didn't mind seeing her. One, she's always been a looker. 2, like, she has decent hooping skills, so I didn't mind it. It wasn't like something that was like something that was like, look, I didn't have any type of like major investment in it. But to me, it kind of felt like it made sense because having her come back when it's John's like Royal Rumble as well, like having Cena on the other side of it, and it's like, okay, bringing one of the Bellas back made sense. Like, at least from that lens, that's how I kind of looked at it. So maybe that's why it was easier to digest for me.
Okay, like if I compare it to movie, like the number 30 entrance, it like signifies like the third act of a movie, right?
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
superhero movie, the third act, like you don't have time for like
To
fourth
introduce
wall.
a whole new
It's not
villain.
time for fourth
Yeah,
wall jokes and a cameo right now. Like
yeah,
we're
yeah.
expecting like the final act of this rumble is starting now. So I'm like, when you have a cameo like that and people in their mind be thinking it's about to be somebody that can realistically win the rumble. When you
Yeah.
have a 30 on a cameo, I'm like, nigga, we know they're not gonna win the rumble. Like it makes people upset. I'm like, come on, bro. But besides just that spot with Nia Jax, good
Mhm.
rumble overall. Good rumble overall. I'm gonna skip and go to the ladder match, the classic to me. What was your reaction to that match?
A tier. I mean, it's got to be high A, S tier, like legitimately.
Was that your first time
Um,
seeing Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes wrestle?
yes, against each other, yes. First time
Okay.
seeing them against each other. I think it's my second or third time seeing Cody Rhodes actual wrestle, but I was not prepared for that match, bro.
Bruh.
Even as a longtime fan, like of back in the day wrestling, there was some shit where I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. That one sounded a little too, I don't know. Like there was a couple hits where I was like,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
It was brutal. I did not expect the match to
no,
be that
bro,
brutal, bro.
there's no way they're wrestling again this week. Like there's no shot.
Here's the crazy part. Kevin was on Monday Night Raw. I'm
He
like,
wrestled.
he ain't wrestle. He just had a spot where he attacked somebody.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. They had
nigga,
to wheel him out there. There's no shot, bro.
dude. Oh, I want to give points because Io and Liv they started the match, right? The Rumble, and they lasted for over an hour. They wrestled each other on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, y'all crazy.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
after that shit, and people were like, damn, they look exhausted. They still had a fire match,
No,
even
yeah,
after
yeah,
doing
yeah.
an hour in the Rumble.
Yeah, it's brother. There's no way like that. The amount of abuse those men took, like I don't care how tough you think you are. Let me slam you onto a small like a 3-step short folded like titanium ladder and let's see how tough you are. Just take one. You know what I mean? I won't even throw you 3 times. I'll throw you once. This man got hit with it 4 times, slammed on it 3 times, and it's like brother,
You,
that's on top of all the other shots they were
you can
taking
see the
throughout the
welts and
match.
bruises. I think Kevin he wrestled with a shirt on, so you don't even know what what he looked like for real.
Yeah,
You seen
yeah,
his
no,
face. His face
he's
was
gotta
fucked
have
up.
welts up and down his body that are like black, purplish, blue, like outline on his body. There's no shot. Like, there's no way, bro. And then that the last ladder throw, chief.
The Alabama slam on the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
that was
that was
real
crazy.
close to being a bad tombstone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was real close to that shit being from fake to real quick. It was, there, look, they're brave as fuck. You know what I mean? With all the shit they've dealt with over this course of time, like to get back into the spotlight and for that to be the WrestleMania you put on film, like you brave, because that might be a shot that we're showing 10 years from now. We're like, that's where it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he took it through the ladder, he fell, he went down. That was it right there. That's the moment they circle on your career.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was like damn near equivalent. You know how they always used to show in the old Raw promos, would Raw be starting them like the highlight reel, and they'd show the Undertaker fucking throwing Mankind off the cage, and he'd fucking land on the booth and shit, and then his body would fucking
Yeah,
skip. Yeah,
it say it
that's what
made
it's like,
yeah
bro.
like Edge spearing Jeff Hardy
Yep.
in the air,
Mm-hmm.
just hanging on. Yeah, like them crazy spot. Like I know it'd be hell to go over them spots, but you pull off one of them ones, it's
Yeah,
gonna
and you're on the
marinate you
highlight
forever.
reel forever, bro.
Yeah, you solidify, and then that spot at that shot at the end, the picture where Cody did he look like a heel to you? Where like Kevin is just fucked up and the refs is looking at him
Bro,
and
okay, look.
Cody just got
There
the top.
was 3 different shots. Okay, there was 3 different ones. There was one where my guy was he was standing in the background, like he was on the ropes in the background, and he had the fucking belts hoisted like up. but the shot was from Kevin's ordeal where he was like bleeding out and hunched over. So it had Kevin in the forefront where the like the picture had focus on him, and then in the background, like Cody was kind of blurred a little bit, so you could see like it was almost like a real contrast of like the pain and the suffering of it and like it blurring out the moment, you know what I mean? Then there was another one where it was like a wide crowd shot. I'll have to find it and tag you on Twitter. There was a wide crowd shot of the ring and Cody holding the fucking belt, and then like it was like a pan from his point towards Owens. That was another good one. Like, and then they had the one where he walked over with the belts and he was just holding them, and I was like,
Emo.
oh, yeah. It definitely didn't seem hero-esque. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a blurring the line. You know what I mean?
People have been asking for heel Cody, call him Homelander Cody for years.
No,
Will
bro,
eventually
he could
get it,
easily, yeah, brother, he could easily be Homelander in a fucking heartbeat. He could be Homelander.
yeah. So we ain't gonna get it for a minute, but when we do, I just know you about to go crazy with this, bro.
Yeah. He has the pedigree. He's got the gusto. He's built up the image. Like him turning heel, it would shake the foundations, bro. It
The
would
only
shake the
thing that can stop it,
foundations.
like I know he's such a good like baby face and like the kids love him. It's just kind of like how John Cena never went back heel because he like the Make a Wish shit, the merch
Yeah.
sales, and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, please let this man go heel.
Missed
Like, just
opportunities, baby. Missed
please let this man go
opportunities.
heel, bro. Like you got enough baby face
Hey,
who can
Hulk
switch the
Hogan did
merch.
it. You know what I'm saying? He took it to
Yeah,
heart and he carried it for life. But
I get
Hulk
why
Hogan did it.
I get why they didn't want to pull a trigger with Cena because like they needed like more baby face. I'm like, damn, bro. Everybody wanted that at one point.
Yeah.
So speaking of Cena, just the men's rumble in general, like what is your main overview of it? Like what were you thinking going through the match and how did you review it?
Um, I I really wanted Cena to win. Like obviously, like
That's crazy. Okay.
just being a fan of his and this being like his farewell tour, like I thought it was gonna come down to like in my mind it came down to four people, right? It was either gonna be Logan Paul because of the heat, right? Like we said, like Vince said, that's always the man that can drum up heat that's gonna find the most success. Whether you measure it in success or not, it's so Logan was on my radar. Roman was on my radar. CM Punk was on my radar, and Cena were on my radar. As far as the other guys, like I knew they were going to come and go, but those four were at the top of the list of like the forefront of my mind in terms of like who I thought had an impact, who I thought is like bringing it. Like there was lots of other wrestlers like Baby Angle, you know what I mean? Little Baby Kurt running
Chad
around.
Gable. Yeah, so who else stood out besides those four that you keyed in on? Somebody you might not have
Um,
been familiar with, but you noticed them in this one.
I'd have to pull up the full list real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm guessing
'Cause,
Braun Breaker though, obviously,
yeah,
because
Braun,
his
obviously, the
yeah.
Braun shit was hilarious. Obviously, the speed shit was fucking hilarious. And then seeing him get fucking demolished was like, it
Yeah,
was.
that shit had
I've watched that
300
hit so
million
many times,
views.
bro. Like,
Every
I don't
angle
understand.
is
Wasn't he on like the
hilarious.
Falcons or something? There's a reason why they're trash because they cut him. You know what I mean?
He was on the Ravens.
Oh, he's on the Ravens and they cut him? They need linebackers. They better call his ass back. They need to call him back ASAP. They fucked up. Um, oh, Seth Rollins, even though he didn't do a lot, he had good stuff. I thought Drew McIntyre was gonna do more.
Dude, oh my,
I
that's
thought
so.
McIntyre. Oh, I thought there we go. I thought McIntyre was gonna do more, but when he didn't do a lot, I was kind of confused. I was like,
No,
"What's?"
the whole wrestling community was. I'll explain later. I can keep
Yeah,
going.
and then obviously, like Mysterio's like a famous name, but I felt like he didn't do anything.
Which Mysterio are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, both of them at this point didn't do nothing of like note. And who's the luchador that comes in with the mask and he does the
Penta. Yeah, that was a dope. Yeah, zero mid. Yeah, zero
yeah
mid. Yeah.
his I always like his entrances. So he had a little gusto to him. I thought he was pretty nice, but again, like in my mind, I already had picked out these other dudes that were gonna do the most. You know what I mean? So those would be like my honorable mentions, like underneath them. I don't know that like anybody else kind of surprised me. Hold on, let me finish looking up the list, but I don't
Yeah, it really
feel like
wasn't
there was
many
too many more.
surprises. It was like a lot of big names, so I'm like, I'm already knowing pretty much who should be like in the final couple, and
Yeah.
then that shit turned out to be very wrong.
Oh, I
So
thought what's the name? We're gonna try something too. Um, I thought Pat McAfee was gonna try something because you know how they alluded to him the pre warm up. They alluded to him like trying to get into the ring and then him eliminating himself and blah blah blah, not trying it. And I was like,
that's
I
because
was like,
he's
okay,
done
why
the
are they
Rumble
making
multiple
mention of this
times.
besides to like bring attention to it? So then I figured, okay, maybe he's gonna get another. He's gonna take another shot at it. So I was like, this might be it. But nah.
The fact that he's already done it multiple times is like, I don't think. I grant it was an indie this year, so maybe, but I'm like,
Yeah, that's another
eh.
thing too, bro. Like it being an indie, I for sure thought he was gonna get something. Cause you know what I mean? Like if there's ever a city Pat McAfee's in where they love him more than normal, which I'm pretty sure most of the world like has a fond taking to Pat McAfee because of his outlandish takes and his like he's got that frat brother fucking mentality, you know what I mean? Like you would think that Indy would be the one where it's like, yeah, I could see something happening here. Even if it's not something otherworldly, just something happening. But
Okay, if they didn't have Speed and Kai there, then they probably would win McAfee. But they already know, like,
yeah, but we knew Kyle wasn't getting in no ring, bro. You're just there to fucking sell tickets. Like you wasn't doing nothing, Chief. If that man even kind of took a hit, no matter how fake it is, it's
so
gonna be real.
I don't blame him. Like, I don't feel like Kai would take a bump. Now, Speed, he down for whatever. You ask nigga do anything, he'll say yes. So I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's halfway
We know
retarded.
he like
So
KSI be taking bumps too when he be there. So I'm like, yeah, if it's one of them type people, yeah,
yeah, but
definitely be down
KSI
for
is a bigger dude too. He can take a bump. You know what I mean?
it.
Even
Yeah.
Speed's not thick. Like he's not built thick, but he has a frame where he can take a lick and get back up. Kai ain't taking no licks, bro. You give that man a lick and his career might be over. Like there ain't no more streaming for that man. And then you're gonna have Twitch lawyers on your ass, and you don't want to deal with that.
So is there any spot that stood out to you in this Rumble?
Mm, you mean like number wise, or like?
Nah, like the real turning point of this Rumble was when we already mentioned the Braun Breaker shit, but when the big elimination where everything just changed to me is when CM Punk eliminated both Seth and Roman, and then Logan eliminated
Yeah.
Punk. That was the most shocking shit. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
think that would be
what?
the consensus, right? Was that seeing CM Punk knock them both out the ring, you're like, oh shit. And
That was like,
look,
what?
that's when my heart started pumping, okay? Because I'm like, oh shit, they both got taken out. What the fuck? So then I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm looking at the ring and I'm like, all right, Punk's left, Logan's left, Cena's left.
Nigga, I was like a fucking horror movie. When I seen Logan Creed no CM Punk, I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah, he was already creeping. He was already creeping. And as soon as I seen him start creeping towards him, I was like, oh, it's over.
I'm
Because one,
screaming at
I'm
the
thinking, I was
TV,
either
bro.
thinking clothesline or I'm thinking like some sort of shoulder check to like fucking wobble him out the ring. And I was like, no. And he crept over, grabbed him, flipped him, and he's out. And I'm like, brother. But even as that was happening, you didn't have time to process because who the fuck was outside of the ring that came and like stomped on
Oh,
fucking Roman's head?
okay. So some brief lore. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, they hate each other, but Seth and Roman hate each other.
Mm,
So you seen Seth and Roman, they were tussling back and forth. Then Punk took them out. So I'm like, oh, of course Punk would be the one to do it. Then when Punk eliminated the three of them, and they all just mad at each other. So you seen Roman and CM Punk, and they picked up on audio. They had just teamed up reluctantly
mm.
for an event a while ago because Paul Heyman is like they're both of the Rover Roman and Punk are Paul Heyman's guys, but they don't
Oh,
like each other
okay.
at all. So they're arguing like, I just teamed up with you. Then you seen Seth, like his move is the stomp, but that nigga used both feet for this
No,
to
yeah.
really
Hey,
show
bro, that
you
first
how
one,
much he hate. I think that was the
that
funniest
first
shit.
stop,
like,
felt
what
a
the
little
fuck?
too real, bro.
Oh my god!
It felt a little too real.
I've
I
never
watched it.
seen
I
him do
watched
it.
that playback and the speed tackle, the spear back a couple times, and I'm like, bro,
People don't realize how crazy that stomp for somebody. I'm like, what the fuck?
he's not a little dude. He's got to be like 260,
Yeah,
270 pounds. So even if he lightly steps on you, bro, if you don't have that type of strength in your fucking neck, he's gonna fucking collapse your shit. Like it's even if it's a 0.2 second that he's on top of your dome, that's 270 pounds of pressure and force applied in motion going down. Like it's not no joke. And then when he first hit, when Roman hit the mat, like he's like you could hear that shit, and it wasn't just a fucking hand slap, like it was like a ricochet, and I was like, oh bitch, damn.
yeah,
And then
because
he
you
came
already
back
got the
over, and I was like,
adrenaline.
oh
You
shit.
got the adrenaline from Rollins and Reigns getting eliminated. The adrenaline from Logan eliminating Punk. Then this nigga does a super stomp outside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, bro, it was very discombobulating. It was
Yeah.
very discombobulating. Then you pair that with the next sentence, right? So then Logan gets flipped out, and you're like, oh shit, okay, what's going on? And then I didn't know what was going to happen between John and Jay. And I'm like, oh shit. Because at that point, right, everybody in the building is thinking,
John about
it's
to win.
John. It's John.
Yes.
Because, come on, the announcement of the farewell tour, the fucking, like, this is my last rodeo. Like, and he started it with the fucking finger point. You know what I mean? He started the
He
fucking
started
finger
the
point.
WrestleMania point, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
started the
Okay.
WrestleMania point. So it was like, it was only like in your mind, it's only fitting that like it all comes full circle. So when he didn't win, yeah, I was ready to burn the house down. I was ready to burn it down. Whole thing, bro. I was like, there's no way. Whole thing, burn it down. Everything. And I'm pretty sure the world would agree with me that they felt the same way. Okay. Now there might have been a minority that were like, it ain't that bad. But for most of the world, it was Doomer Central. Wrestling Doomer Central. Like, what happened? How did we get here? No, I don't like it. Take it back. Not my World Wrestling Champ. You know what I mean? Like, not my WrestleMania champ. Not my Royal Rumble champ. It was, bro.
But
Okay, and so I should say this with a caveat. I felt that wholeheartedly for like 2 days, bro. Going into Monday night, I was still pissed. I didn't know how to like talk about it. I was mad. So that night after I watched, I play a guild game online. I'm part of a MMO game online. Some of the dudes in my guild were talking about the fucking Royal Rumble, and I instantly started spazzing. I'm like, yo, fuck the Royal Rumble, blah 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 blah, and like we're going back and forth, and I'm like, it was the stupidest shit ever. How the fuck you just gonna throw John out the ring, blah blah blah, and then like one of my homegirls, she watches wrestling. She lives in Vegas, and she was like, John didn't win it, and I'm like, no, and she's like, I'm not even watching it. I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm not even gonna watch it. Like it was like this trickle down domino effect of like displeasure, anger, hurt, sadness, just like all rolled into one regret sandwich that I had to eat for 2 days. Now I will say that the sandwich went down a little bit better come was it Monday or Tuesday when he had when Jay had the
oh, that was on Raw. You talking about an interview or his segment when he started crying?
segment where he started crying.
Oh yeah, that was on Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit hit a little bit different because then you start to understand as someone who was on the outside and didn't see the complete journey, right? I only knew the finish line for him so far, or what's getting towards the finish line for him. I didn't understand, right? So I didn't have any sort of foundation to place him upon. Once I saw his foundation and how much it meant to him, it changed my opinion. I was like, oh, damn. Okay, now I don't hate him as much, right? Like, I'm not as fucking mad at him
Hey,
for being the
one
one that
time in the
won.
Rumble, you did say something that stood out. you didn't say it's about many other people, but when Jey Uso came out, you're like, wow, he really got the crowd, don't he? I'm like, yeah, he's one of the most
No, bro.
over
Yeah, yeah.
people.
So
Yeah,
that's
you
another thing.
noticed that before he
Yeah.
won.
So
Yeah,
when he came out, of all the dudes that came out, of everybody that came out, his on the men's side, even Cena, his reception was some of the hot. Like the crowd was the most engaged. I would say between him and Cena and a little bit of Logan. Some of Speed shit because of the antics beforehand, like of him being backstage and like get out there, we need somebody. That was kind of cool,
yeah.
but like natural like crowd aura, it had to be between Jay and fucking
Jay, Cena, and Alexa had the biggest pops I think I heard of the night.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
uh,
Like his shit hit. And then like seeing the other thing, and I don't know if it was on Raw as well, but where the crowd was asking him to run back his fucking
that
intro
was
music,
dope because I never seen that before.
bro.
That was
That
great. Yeah.
yeah, that's one thing. Like I instantly was like, okay, I see it now, right? I see the vision, and it's kind of like um prophecy that like John Cena. So John Cena made these comments about The Rock talking to him when he first came in, and The Rock telling him basically like, "Hey man, like you got the glow about you. I can see greatness in you. If you find your niche, like you're going to find your place here very quickly among some of the greats, right?" And he said when he first started wrestling, this is what The Rock told John Cena. When John Cena first seen Jay and them start wrestling, he went to Jay and was like, "Hey man, look, like I obviously love your family, everything they done, like they changed my life, blah 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 blah. You got it in you. This is just the beginning. Keep going," type of shit, right? And then in in their match at the end of the Royal Rumble, when John came back in and like looked all pissed off, but he like grabbed his hand and like lifted his hand up as a victor. Jade said that he whispered in his ear, "Man, look, look around you. You said you couldn't be here, and you said you didn't know if you earned it, but look at their faces and tell me they don't want you, right?" And then so like as he was fucking turning through the crowd and he was turning them, he was seeing all the people that were like freaking out that he won, like ecstatic for him, right? Rolling over right to the next day of him doing interviews, Pat McAfee show, and all this shit they're
He was
bringing him
on
on.
Nightcap.
Yeah, yeah,
He was on something
nightcap.
else. Yep,
Then
all that
then it
shit.
rolls into to Raw, and then you get the fucking promo, and he's crying because he's talking about all that it means to him and everything that he's done, and all the he's been on the road and chipping away at it, and blah blah blah. To them running back his theme music, bro. They ain't never run back nobody's theme music. Okay, not the Rocks, not Triple H's, not Kane's, not the Undertaker's, not Stone Cold's, not Kurt Angle's, nobody's theme music has ever got a fucking run back because the crowd wanted to hear it again. Like if that doesn't tell you what you need to know, I don't know. You're dumb, deaf, and blind, bro. Like I don't get it. Like that, he's got the heat, bro. All of it.
Yeah.
He took it all. That whole crowd from top to bottom was doing the wave for that man. Like that's
Yep. Yep. Every
bro.
time. Yeah.
Bro,
Hey, if you
that
shut the shit
that's
down, yeah.
that's prime time fucking glass shattering, Stone Cold kicking down the fucking door with the chorus truck coming in to go blow up the Rock and Triple H fighting. You know what I
Dude,
mean? Like,
his character work, the way they built him up, like most of the entrances are through the crowd. So everywhere they go fucking crazy. Like the premiere of Netflix when he came out with Travis Scott and Travis Scott smoking, they came to the crowd like that's just his thing. Like he got a different type of connection with the
yeah, bro,
fans.
it's you can feel it. You can feel it.
And yeah, I see why kids that's their favorite. I
Yeah,
understand. I understand. Like I'ma still hate, but I get
me too.
obviously business
I ain't
wise, I
gotta
get
like
it.
it. I ain't
Yeah,
gotta
I don't
like
gotta
it,
like
but
it.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean. I
but I
understand it.
understand. I understand. Like adults didn't like Cena when he was going to his run
Yeah,
for
you're right.
for different reasons. Like I get the criticism, but like the kids, yeah, they fuck with. So Jay Uso getting these Jeff Hardy comparisons, I get a lot of the overlap to the point where people kind of have to force the hands of the bookers to put them in a certain light. And
Mm,
granted, they did wait a good minute to strike. That is the one critique I have for Triple H's booking. He'll be sitting on some shit that's hot, 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 then he'll wait for it to simmer all the way down. Like LA Knight was damn near as hot as Jey Uso is now. They did not strike when the iron was hot, and he has to regain it. Like you mentioned, Baby Angle, he had a perfect storyline with Gunther last year. They didn't pull the trigger, and he still has not gotten the momentum back.
Yeah,
So
bro.
when
Like,
you got momentum like this, you have to strike. It's
yeah,
not
bro. Because
guaranteed it's ever
it's
gonna come
so
back.
hard, right? Like, you gotta understand. Like, as far as like storytelling goes, in a movie, you only get so many crescendos, right? So if you don't capitalize on the crescendo, like if I have a chance to fucking open the downstairs fucking the downstairs basement door and have the killer be standing at the bottom of the stairs holding a fucking body draped in fucking blood, and then he reveals his mask, right? And it's the fucking dad this whole time that we thought was dead in the beginning of the movie. Like, those are crescendo points. If you miss on those, that the emotional roller coaster you take to get up to that point, if it's not a massive release, like if it's not something where you're like, and you have to hold your breath coming down, then the next couple don't matter. It doesn't matter the drop. You know what I mean? Just like when you're on a roller coaster, once you hit that first loop, everything else after that, you ain't screaming no more. You know what I mean? It's that first drop that puts an impression on you. That's why a lot of roller coasters nowadays, they do that false summit shit where you'll crank up a bit, and then it'll like even out and it'll like tink, and you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, oh, that wasn't it, and then it fucking drops you. You know what I mean? To give you that false sense of like, hey, yeah, this is all we got. You know what I mean? To put something extra on it, and yeah, his iron is as hot as can be, boy. That shit is burning white. Like, they need to keep reading it out. Beat the shit out of that thing. That man's moving crowds like that. It- he might as well have been swag surfing, Kobe. Like literally, he might as well have been swag surfing the way they was moving.
Yeah, he got the glow just
Yeah.
at the expense of my heroes. Like whatever, bro. Whatever, man. Like,
Hey, look, I ain't gonna
ish.
be wearing no Yeet t-shirt anytime soon, but at
Look,
the same
bro.
time,
Like,
I respect the hustle.
look here, bro. My nigga, I wanted was CM Punk. He over as fuck, and they could cut promos and he could hoop, bro. I just want it all, bro.
Yeah, I know.
No,
We all
because
want
you
to
mentioned Drew McIntyre. Like Drew McIntyre, he had the best promos of that. You would love Drew McIntyre. He's one of the most logical. He actually, I think you would love Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens because they're very logical heels with how
know.
they be explaining shit. And Drew McIntyre, he won promo of the year, like best mic work over The Rock for his promos last year. Like he's amazing, and y'all gave him an anticlimactic elimination in the Rumble. I just can't forgive that, bro. Like, nah, man. You got Logan Paul at number 30, bro. When we already know the nigga in the Rumble, that's disgusting. That's fucking
Yeah,
disgusting. And I think I know the direction they about to head. They about to have Logan Paul versus Cena as Cena's last Mania.
bro.
I'm already, I just think that's where we're going. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I want Drew McIntyre to have that spot of Cena's last Mania. So I got to deal with that fucker.
Bro, and so now Cena's invoked his right for what? He's invoked the right for what? What is
Next one thing is Elimination Chamber. He's in the Elimination Chamber match.
okay? And then who
I
is he
don't
going to
think
be pitted against in the elimination chamber match? Do we
so
know?
far only CM Punk has qualified. The next qualifying match is Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul gonna
Yeah,
win.
Logan Paul going to win that.
Yeah, so a lot of the same, but I'm assuming I don't know who's gonna win the match. I think the thing with Cena is he hasn't won a singles match since like 2018. He has the whole year to get the 17th world title. I think the story they should go with is him getting his first win at
Yeah.
Mania. So I don't think he's gonna win Elimination Chamber. I think it's probably gonna be in heartbreaking fashion. However, he gets eliminated.
Mm,
Man, I think whoever eliminates him in Elimination Chamber will probably be who he faces. So if it is Logan, he's probably gonna eliminate bro, unfortunately.
I can't live with that. I can't live with those consequences, Kobe.
Like
I can't. I can't. You know what I mean? You can't reel me back in and then make me suffer like this, dog. Like I can't go out like that. That's not. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a full converter at that point. Like I'm only watching women's matches. Like I'm not tuning in for nothing else. Like I'm just gonna be slighted and jaded for the rest of my life. Like I'll never forgive myself or the Paul family for giving me these bullshit atrocities that I have to go through at major instances in my being. Okay.
Oh, I know it wasn't a full match, but were you surprised that Logan Paul looks that comfortable as a wrestler?
Um, I would
Because
say
he's
yes
never
because
had no
I
form,
think we talked
real
about it.
formal training.
Yeah, I think we talked about it, and I was like, dude, I hope he gets fucking clobbered, like legitimately, because I can't stand him or his brother. But the fact that he actually looks mighty comfortable as a wrestler is kind of like crazy. But if you think about it, he definitely fits that mold of like fucking edge in them, where like, you know what I mean? Like the high flyers that we don't
He
really have
does
anymore.
have the same type of body type
Yeah,
as
bro,
like a
he's got that
Prime
body
Edge.
structure where he's like super tall, super lengthy, super athletic, and underrated. Like, I mean, I hate to say that about him, but I'm not trying to give him fucking compliments or glaze him, but he's underrated in his athletic ability. He's been doing crazy shit for like forever, and it just continues.
Yeah, like to be in the S tier of athleticism in the WWE is insane.
Yeah, bro.
And
Yeah,
he's barely had that many matches, honestly. So I'm like,
yeah,
fuck,
it's kind of wild.
I don't know how to, yeah, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do this shit. But John Cena's press conference after Royal Rumble was cold. He had a mean quote. He's like, he kind of sounded, he's done with that like humble shit. He was just like,
No,
I don't
yeah.
know if
The
you've
promo,
seen it, but
I saw
those,
it
bro,
where
he's
he
like,
said,
I've always
"Yo,
done what's best for business,
yeah,
but
I've always
now
done what's
me
best for
winning is best.
business."
I'm like, talk.
Yeah,
Fuck that humble shit. We don't want
yeah,
to
yeah,
hear
yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
When
I
he's
was
like,
in. He had me locked, bro. He was
when
like,
he
"I've
said,
always
I
done what's
want to
best
win
for business."
17
Yeah,
so I can shake down a person who wins 18. I'm like, that's a bar.
yeah, bro.
How do you think of that? How do you think of that? That's hard.
Yeah, it's he ain't no joke, bro. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited for serious wrestling Cena. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they're done filming fucking the
No,
end of
he's in
season 3.
Budapest right now, bro.
Okay,
He's
no. But I'm saying they're finishing off the rest of like season 3 or 4 of Peacemaker, whatever the fuck it is, and then they're gonna snip that shit. He's gonna fucking go on, and then we're gonna get back into prime wrestling scene. I'm okay with it. I'm
that nigga
okay.
didn't even qualify for Elimination Chamber. He just got added. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Get the fuck out of my face. So much John Cena. Nigga, CM Punk had to qualify. I don't want to hear that, bro. He's shooting the movie Matchbox movie. I'm like, a toy movie, bro. At a time
He's
like
shooting.
this,
He's
we in
shooting a Hot Wheel
WrestleMania
movie.
season. Yeah, he already shot Peacemaker.
My man's shooting a Hot Wheel movie in Budapest. Can we
That's
talk
why he
about
didn't
this?
have to do a qualifying match. Yes.
Can we talk about this? Why is that allowed? Like who told him to go do that? Because that's bad business.
Look at The Rock is missing Mania because he got to do Moana reshoots.
I
But
mean that I understand. Like Disney money only like regardless of what you say about Marvel money, Disney princess movie, like Disney princess money only comes along so often. So you got to
I
strike. You got to capitalize on that shit.
I don't want it because that fucker inserted himself in WrestleMania business multiple times when he didn't have to. He the one who told us he gonna be at Mania performing. We ain't tell the nigga to tell us that.
I mean, look, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be mad at him. That's like you know what I mean. Of my
I am.
growth of wrestling, like he's gonna be up there. So if he can do what he wants for the time being. Like Triple H is letting him run around. So it's, you know what I mean. Until Hunter tells him to slow down. Like I ain't got no.
Nah, TKO on WWE, so he got and can't nobody tell Rock what to do.
Oh, okay. See, so there you
Yeah.
go. That's just it is what it is. But I mean, for fucking John Cena to be cutting a Hot Wheels movie, like what are we doing, bro? Now I
Talking
have
about
to
you about to be
understand if
full
he was
time
doing
for
like
his
a
last run, and you doing this bullshit. Like,
bro, if
come
he
on.
was doing like a fucking Hasbro movie and they were like had him tied up in like some like tie-in to like the Transformers slash like G.I. Joe verse, that I can see. You know what I mean? Like get into that space. But we're doing a Hot Wheels movie, brother. There's no way Fast 27 has got you doing Hot Wheels now. Like
Wait,
that.
Matchbox is the same as Hot Wheels. Like basically the
Uh,
same premise. Like is it gonna like
yeah, Matchbox is. I'm pretty sure Matchbox is literally Hot Wheels. Like when you say Matchbox, that's exactly what comes to
because
my
there's no character IPs with Matchbox, is there?
Matchbox cars.
Yeah, so like there's no characters attached to these cars, right?
Yeah, no. But it's literally gonna be like Hot Wheels. Like, yeah, it's literally gonna be Hot Wheels, bro.
This is
Matchbox is a company that is literally in competition. They used to do the collector cars back in the day, which later on became like Hot Wheels complete competing with them. The only difference is Mattel owns all of it because Matchbox started, yeah, Matchbox, the brand of motor vehicle toys, is owned by Mattel.
oh, they
So,
both own that. Oh, I didn't know they were both owned by the same company.
yeah, they're
I
both
just
owned by the
thought
same
one was a
company.
knockoff. I was thinking Matchbox like knockoff Hot Wheels, like growing up or something. Like, okay, didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Hot Wheels always had more fucking branding, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, same thing.
'cause I
So
had
they're
two
all
Hot Wheels
underneath,
cases.
all of them are underneath Mattel. But yeah, it's exactly the first thing popped in my head. Nah, we're not doing
But
that.
more of the story, this is bullshit. That is why what I brought that up for.
Oh yeah, major bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
More bullshit than ever now.